Are you a filmmaker, a videographer, or something else altogether? Hi, I'm Grant, and I see and come across a lot of hoopla in my line of work with people describing themselves as cinematographers or filmmakers, and are usually offended if you were to call them a videographer. There is often a negative stigma attached to the word videographer, which has perhaps stemmed from your traditional event or wedding videographer, and they are perceived as merely capturing events that unfold in front of them, as opposed to a filmmaker or a cinematographer who are creating a story or art. All of which I think is an absolute load of nonsense. I frequently come across a lot of young guys and girls in my line of work who have bought themselves a cheap DSLR camera and then go out and describe themselves as documentary filmmakers, which is perhaps selling themselves as, or sounds a little bit more grandiose than perhaps what they actually are. I've also seen beautifully shot and produced wedding videos from wedding videographers. In fact, I'd go so far as to say one of the hardest camera jobs that you could do as a camera person is actually shooting a wedding well. What doesn't help is that there is no strict definition of what a videographer is or what a filmmaker is. I've met plenty of people in my line of work who are very skilled and professional, and they describe themselves as videographers. I've also met a lot of self-described filmmakers whose body of work is perhaps, or could perhaps be best described as limited. A lot of these terms have been derived from days gone by when film was the only medium and video was the new kid on the block. This is film, this is videotape, and now we're recording directly to SD cards and solid state media, which are neither film or videotape. So how do I describe myself when somebody asks me what I do? Well, in the last month I've described myself as a freelance television cameraman. I shoot video for a living. I produce real estate marketing videos. I operate a drone. And a common one is I am a camera operator. Here's the thing. In this line of work, as in a lot of other vocations, it's not how you label yourself, but rather it is what you do rather than what you say you'll do. I'll repeat that, you are what you do and not what you say you'll do. If someone asks me what I do, I will just about always tailor my answer to whatever I think is easiest for them to understand. For example, I am a video camera operator. I am a freelance television cameraman. I am a drone aerial cameraman. But 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter what you say, people will judge you on examples of your work. For example, I have a drone show reel, which I will link here. When I show people this, people will often think that I am a drone aerial cameraman, whether I am or not. So don't get hung up on the terminology. Videographer, filmmaker, camera operator, it does not really matter. That's my opinion. Thanks for watching. I just showed this to my 10-year-old daughter and she had no idea what it was.